Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Marvel Universe Guardians of the Galaxy box set. So yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy movie should be coming out pretty soon. And I saw this at Walmart for $10, which is a good price for a box set, so I went ahead and picked it up. It is a pretty good box set. It comes with Drax the Destroyer, Star-Lord, and then it also comes with Rocket Raccoon and a tiny little Groot. So it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Here we have the Guardians of the Galaxy compared to one another, and then here is a standard Marvel Legends 6-inch figure, which is Drax the Destroyer. I chose him because he is a fairly standard size figure, and because there is also Drax the Destroyer in this box set. And they are very similar figures. They look about the same, and I think the head sculpt might be exactly the same. So if you're fond of the Marvel Legends Drax, you should like this one, and vice versa. Anyway, let's get Marvel Legends Drax out of here and just look at the Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, let's move on to our 360 spin. We're going to go ahead and do everyone at the same time, because it's easier that way. Front and center, we have Drax. He is green on his chest with his red tattoos. He has a little bit of paint shading in the abs, so that brings those out a bit. He has a black belt, dark blue pants with some more red stripes that are reminiscent of his tattoos, and he's got some black shoes down there at the bottom. Star-Lord is wearing his uniform. He's got the little gold emblem there on the chest, red striping on the sides and on all the little fringes and stuff like that. He also has a black belt. He's got red gloves. He's got some lines down the side of his pants and some nice glossy black boots. Over on to Rocket Raccoon, he has essentially the same outfit as Star-Lord, minus these shoes, as he just has the little raccoon feet down there at the bottom, and then he's got his big poofy tail there in the back. Groot is also there, but we'll zoom in on him in a minute. Now, let's move on to everyone's head sculpts. Alright, starting off with Drax's head sculpt, it is very nicely done. It's got lots of little shading in there. He's got the little red things under his eyes. Like I said, it is very similar to the Marvel Legends head sculpt, and it just looks really good. It's got a very nice scowl to it. I really like that head sculpt. Star-Lord's head sculpt is also very nicely done. He's got his sort of metal mask things with little orange accents, gold trim up there on the helmet. Everything looks really cool. It's all very nicely sculpted, so I approve of this head sculpt as well. And lastly, here we have Rocket Raccoon's head, which has been ripped from his body and placed onto Star-Lord's body, so I don't have to move the camera. Anyway, he has a nice white and black paint around the eyes. All the fur is sculpted and nicely textured. He's got little ears up there on the top. Very much raccoon-like, so I think it looks pretty good. Before we move on to the articulation, let's go ahead and look at Groot as well. And here we have Groot. He is a little brown sculpted figure inside of this little flower pot. He's got some green hair leaf stuff up there at the top. It's pretty well sculpted for its size, so I have no issues with it either. Obviously, a full-size Groot would have taken up much more of this box set, and it probably would have been twice the price, so they decided to go with this tiny one, I suppose. Anyway, now let's move on to everyone's articulation. Alright, moving on to articulation, and starting with Drax. Drax has a ball peg head, so that moves up and down, side to side. Ball joint shoulders, in and out, forward and back, bicep cut, single joint elbow, wrist cut, diaphragm joint, in and out, forward and back rotation, ball joint hips, in and out, forward and back, double jointed knees, hinge, and rotation at the foot. Star-Lord is basically the same, but he has a few extra points. He actually has a disc hinge in the head instead of just a ball peg, and then he has an upper thigh cut, and those are pretty much the only differences. They're not the same body, but the articulation is roughly the same. Rocket Raccoon only has 2 points of articulation. He has a ball peg head, and he has a ball peg tail. So that's all you're going to get out of him. Pretty much just enough to make him stand up and look in a particular direction. And we're set up for articulation, so let's move on to the accessories. Accessories-wise, you get 2 knives for Drax, 2 guns for Star-Lord, and then 1 sort of machine gun rocket thingy for Rocket Raccoon. They all fit in each character's hands nicely, and they're just pretty nice accessories. I have no issues with them. That wraps it up for the Guardians of the Galaxy and all of their accessories. So let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, the Guardians of the Galaxy come in this Marvel Universe box set style packaging. You got your big window there, Marvel Universe logo, Drax, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot across the side there, Guardians of the Galaxy logo. On the back, you get a little description, picture of the figures, a big picture of Captain America for some reason, and then another box set that was available at the time, which was a Fantastic Four box set. As is always the case with windowed boxes, this is good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, that wraps it up for the Guardians of the Galaxy, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos.
Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.